Highway Akron, please.
Hi, I'd like to report an illegal gambling spot that would not pay out my money.
Where?
Bebe's drive-thru right here on Triplet and Cyberling on the corner. They have illegal gambling in the back, and now they don't want to pay me my money, so I figured I would just report them.
Do you want to talk to the officers when they're out there?
I mean, not exactly, but I just wanted to report it because, I mean, they asked me to come in, they allowed me to come in, they paid me out once, and then the owner had to come, and she put it on some type of Bebe's and gift card. Now that's a gift card. They don't pay out gift cards, they pay out cash.
What's going on tonight, Ryan?
Oh, no, you just came in here to their ATM. They got some illegal gambling going on back there.
Okay.
I just sat down to play a game. First girl paid me out cash. Second girl, I think this is the manager, supposedly.
Mm-hmm.
And she gave me some type of card and then told me to get the step in.
A card?
Yeah, some type of card.
Okay.
But I was already here. They paid me out cash.
Okay. So they paid you the money that you
Paid
needed?
me money, and then I played again, and then her manager came, and then they want to pay me out a card, and then she said, you ain't getting, told me to get out.
Okay.
Which I don't blame her for, whatever, but I mean, if you're going to pay me out, and then not pay me out.
Which one of these individuals?
There's 3 girls up in there.
Okay.
The one girl with the short shorts, she's the one that paid me out. Then she asked for her manager to come, because apparently I look sketchy. And then I got paid out again, but then she gave me some type of card, told me to come back tomorrow to get the cash.
Okay.
But other than that, they was just acting all kinds of crazy. This is the one right here getting in her car about to leave. She underage, and she's the one that paid.
She was the one running it?
Yep. She's the one that got it.
This is Miss Natasha. She's the owner of the drive-thru. Okay, whatever's high there. Captain Joey. Natasha. Nice to meet you. Can you fill me in a little bit about this gentleman over here?
Any car in the area,
yeah.
District, West Long, Victory Street.
Was ready to transfer?
Call it 7 million.
Transfer, what do you mean transfer?
To load the card.
I'm sorry. Can you walk me through what you're talking about?
He was in the back. He was playing
Playing what?
the machines.
Playing the machine.
Do you have somebody else that's working here right now? Do these people working here? Do they work here?
No, I'm her brother-in-law. He's my cousin. She works here only, that's it.
I don't know if you wanted to walk back there with us and show us what you're talking about. But it's up to you if you can leave this or not.
Okay, so I'm sorry. Who are these gentlemen out here?
That's my brother-in-law.
Your brother-in-law?
My brother-in-law and a cousin.
And a cousin? And who's the other old lady?
The other ladies, they're here with them.
Is some friend of theirs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're fine. They just came up here because he was giving me a hard time and they was going to be up here with me.
Okay.
Or whatever. But basically, like on this,
Yeah.
when they're done or cash out or transfer, that's what he transferred. So what
do
we
you
do
mean
is,
transfer? I don't understand. What?
I don't have no money to put in here. They put their money in here.
Okay.
When they're done, they come out and tell us that they're ready to cash out or to transfer. We load these cards for the store credit only. He got mad at us because that's how we do it. You know, I already have a case with gambling. And that's when I learned everything that I needed to do. So, I gave him that. I told him you can only use it in the store, is on the store credit. He's like, so you're going to tell me you're not going to give me cash? I said, I cannot give you cash. And he was drunk. That's his can right there. I come back here and tell him, you can't drink that like that. He comes out, he chugs the rest of it, sits it down and comes back out there to give problems. And he already has another gift card like this. So it's like, when did I ever give you cash? When did you ever be given cash? Because we give these.
So they put cash in here to gamble, and then you give them a gift card for this store
For
whatever they make.
And he's upset. Why?
Because I didn't give him cash.
Okay. But he says you have the past.
I've never seen him.
You've never seen him?
I've never seen him before. He had one of these cards already. I loaded him a completely different card. So it's like, when did you get cash if you already have a gift card? You know, so that's really all that happened, and he said he was going to call the police on us, and I said, okay.
All right, well, we'll deal with him here in a second to see what's going on. But okay, so you own this building,
Yeah.
and your name is.
Well, not the building, but the business.
So you rent the building,
Mm-hmm.
but you run the business. What's your name again?
Natasha Hamed.
And what's your?
Are you a co-owner too?
No.
No, just Natasha
Yeah.
on the license.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the issue?
Gambling, illegal gambling.
How is illegal gambling was in the good part?
Do you have a license?
I talked to
run
my
a-
lawyer.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a lawyer, so do what you gotta do.
Well,
I'm saying
if
we
you're-
have a lawyer. We have case and everything.
But you're not the owner, so
I'm
really.
saying
isn't
I'm her husband.
Okay. Well, you're asking me questions, and as soon as I'm answering them, you want to sit here and say talk to your lawyer. So then just stay out there, man. There's no need for us to have a conversation. You want to throw lawyers out there, then go talk out there. There's no need for us to talk.
Like that, you asked me.
You're the one that was just like that. What are you talking about?
With all due respect. With all due respect.
Okay.
No, it's all cool. We good.
Well, you're not the
I
owner.
respect him. I'm not.
You're not the owner, so
I'm asking you
I like your
questions.
tattoo.
thank you, ma'am. Thank you, dear.
You have permits for these machines?
We are in the process of getting the casino gambling application. My lawyer is doing it. It's in the process right now.
So you do not have permits
Not for these.
for others?
No, not for the. No permits for these at all.
You own other? You have
Oh.
other permits? And
Oh, no.
do you have any other locations?
I have another store on Arlington.
At Arlington? What's the address there?
1024 South Arlington Street.
How many machines do you have over there?
Like the same amount here,
How many do you have?
like 5, 6.
5 or 6? Do you have any permits for those?
That application is also in the process. They sent us a letter basically because I fought the case, stating that if you have them, you need to submit the application. And I didn't know, so I submitted it, and my lawyer is on it right now.
Okay, so you see, you caught a case for this road. So what were you charged with?
I forget what it was. I know they dropped it to a minor misdemeanor and told me to stay out of trouble for a year.
And where was that location at?
This one.
Someone came here already,
Mm-hmm.
issued you a summons for that?
Yeah.
Did they
I
take
already
your
had a
machines?
case. No. When they came in, we was doing construction on everything.
So, but you had to have some machines in order for them to arrest you or summons you for
I
it.
did have some, but when they finally came in, we was doing construction and everything. He was doing windows, so everything was being moved.
So what, are these the same machines that you got in trouble for then?
So
Did they take them?
No, they didn't take them.
Yeah, but I don't understand. They
They was
came in and
moved.
they had to have machines here. They had to have something to issue you a summons for that violation, right?
When they came in, there was no machines here.
But there were in the past.
Yes.
And they saw that, so that's
Undercover came in.
okay, so just to let you know now, I mean, you got arrested for it before. You caught a case, and that case is done.
Yeah, that case is done. It's got to stay
You
out
were
of trouble
found
for a
guilty
year.
on that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and so you're doing this again, and you still don't have the permits. See what I'm saying? Why are you doing it? If you've already been arrested, and they kind of warned you on this, gave you a break, right? And you're doing the same thing over again, not just here, but someplace else. Kind of explain the reasoning to me to that. Because you know, the second time's a felony, right? Did you know that?
No.
Okay, why would you do that again if you already were arrested for it once before?
I wasn't arrested for it.
Yeah, you got.
But-
You said you had a case for it.
Yeah, I
They
did.
arrested for it. Right?
Maybe they issued you a summons, but you're
Yeah,
still
I
technically.
just had to go to court.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're technically still arrested. Well,
I thought I was doing it right this time. I thought, well, if you just give them store credit, that you're fine.
It's still cash value though. You understand that? You might not be handing them cash, but you're giving them basically cash for your store. So it's still a cash value that you're getting.
right. I mean, we're just being honest with you, not front. I hope you appreciate this.
I know I do. I really
Okay.
do.
All right. Yeah, you cannot run these machines. You don't have permits. It's in violation of state gambling laws. If you have an attorney, they should have advised you of all this when you went through the case before.
Okay.
You know, and
Did your attorney advise you not to be doing this until you get your permits and everything approved?
okay, well, I mean, it's kind of common sense, though, right? And I don't mean to insult you,
No, you're fine.
but you did it once before. You got in trouble, and you're doing the same thing. Nothing's different. Maybe you're like, excuse me, my directness here, but you're just doing a little game, like, oh, well, it's just cash payout, not cash payout. I'm just going to give you store credit. It's, you know, that if you're trying to find some loophole, that, you know, that's not going to fly in court. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I know, but really it's just lease. And that's
I know,
what I've
but
been doing.
here's the thing.
And I thought I was right.
I know. And I know this is lucrative, and you make lots of money, and it doesn't seem like you're harming anyone. But there's laws in place about this stuff, right? I mean, and you're very nice, and you've been cooperative with us. Maybe that's why they wanted to give you a break in the past. But I don't know. You can't possess these, and you're in violation right now from it. You know? So, I don't know. We can give her another summons.
Well, I guess we have a couple options on how we can handle this with you. We can make it easy. We can issue you a summons for this. You can give us the keys for these. You can give us consent to get in these machines. We're going to take the motherboards. We're going to seize the cash, if there's any cash in them, and write it all up and document it and give you a summons, or we're going to have to get a search warrant, and we're still going to get into these machines and do the same thing. So that's up to you how you want to handle it. If you want to give us the consent and do it that way, or if you want us to get a search warrant and do it.
Now let me tell you how I think sometimes these things work. These aren't necessarily yours. There's someone else behind you, and they're paying you to take the hit. That's usually how it works. And they get all the money. Like some other folks that might be hanging out. That's usually how it works. And they pay you, here's $500 cash under the table, put this business in your name. If you get arrested, you take the hit. So you end up going to jail to make some money. That's unfortunately the pattern. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm being honest. I'm being direct with you.
I get you.
You know what I mean? It's not like our first go around with this. Akron has no permits in the city of Akron. There are currently no legal permits anywhere in the city. None. All right. So that alone, despite the state law, despite all the other things, you do not have a permit. These cannot be good. So, I don't know. And I feel bad because you probably, and again, I'm not calling you a liar, but you're probably getting this much of a big pie and you're the one that gets in the journal. That's the reason to pay you, right? Put everything in your name, you take the hit for it. You're rolling the dice. It's kind of like drug dealers work the same way. You deal the dope for me, I'll give you a slice of the pie, but I'm really the money. You know, that's what's kind of bad about this. It's organized crime. You know what I mean? And they front innocent folks if you take them to hit. You're living in a mansion right now, right? You drive a sports car, you got all kinds of money, right? Right?
I mean, I have a sports car, no.
Okay. But you see,
But I stay right there.
Okay. With a mansion on Triple.
Yeah.
Okay. You get where I'm coming from.
The point is the person that is paying you to take this heat is probably getting a bigger chunk of this that could be living in a mansion and have that sports car.
That's the case. Right? Okay. So, and I'm not going to put you in that active spot, but you need to, someone else needs to be taking this one. Okay, so, get her name, her information. I'm going to have Gary speak with these people out there. I'm going to clear them from the store, and then we're going to make changes, okay?
It was Natasha.
Natasha.
Spell your last name for me.
Hamed.
H-A-N-E-E.
Med. Hamed.
What's your middle initial, Natasha?
Why?
How long have you had this business?
2 to 3 years.
And how long have you been doing having these machines in? Majority of it?
No, not the majority of it. The last, well, before my case, what, the whole time? Before the case or after the case? Total, maybe a year.
What's the store address here?
1605.
So how are you feeling? How do you want to handle this? Like I said, it's going to be easier on you. It's going to look better on you if you give us consent. If you're going to refuse to, then we're still going to get a search warrant and we're still going to do it. So it's kind of up to you.
Might as well just take them.
What's that?
I say, just go ahead. Yeah, it's fine.
I'm gonna bring in a form that's a consent to search form, and it's just you signing, giving us consent to take the stuff out of these machines.
So the subpoena, I'm gonna have to report again.
Yeah, we'll issue you a court date, and we'll have to go to court over it, just like we did last time. Okay?
Captain, and then how is this is not legal when you hand in a gift card? How?
Right, we'll explain all this to you, or
No, because you have people came up here. I was running a store before. I have walked the officer before came up here. I still got the video with audio and video. They told me what I'm allowed to do, right? Remember that video? What I'm not allowed to do. I still got that video when the pandemic was happening. And then the only reason she don't work here because last time, if you remember, they jumped on her. 2 guys and a girl. She was pregnant. Now she had miscarriage. That's why I took her out of the store. You know what I mean? And this is what happened. When you're standing right here, and cars pull up and hey to where you're from, and this is why you don't see us here.
I don't have any idea what you're talking about.
This is we're doing the legal way. I have a casino license.
This guy,
You have a casino license?
Hold on.
This guy just racist.
No.
This guy racist.
I have my lawyer named Jensen. I was trying to explain it to this gentleman. He's like, oh, you said basically you bring in a lawyer's name. It's not. I made her file for casino license. It's in the system.
I think my question was, do you have a license? And then your response was,
Yeah, but
talk to my lawyer. So at that point in time, I was like, okay, then if you're going to bring lawyers into it, we might as well not have a
I wasn't here at
conversation.
that time when it happened. How can he take my name when I don't want to give it to him?
I thought one person talked at a time.
Okay, I wasn't here when it happened. You got cameras, look at it.
we pull up after you.
Okay, I pulled up after he pulled up. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
probably the reason
Why
why
would
is
you take
because
my
when
name?
I was talking with Natasha, you seemed to have all the
I know
answers
she
about the
she my sister.
operation.
I was
Listen, man, you asked me a question, I answered it. I don't know why you're so upset with me now. Go ahead.
So, we cleared all this. That's your husband out there?
Yeah.
So he's sticking by to see what we're going to do here. He's been very cooperative as well. Look, again, I want you to be honest. I want you to be cooperative. You're not compelled to give consent. It's totally up to you whether you want to or not. If you don't, we are going to get a search warrant. But, you know, it's up to you. You know, I end up having to, you know, break into machines and do damage to stuff. You know what I mean? To do it, I'd much rather get the key, recover the stuff, and leave. I mean, I've been upfront with you from the beginning. Does everything I tell you seem to kind of make sense?
Yeah.
Do you have any questions about anything?
No.
Okay. So are you willing to sign this consent form for us tonight?
Yeah.
So, I mean, you can, you know, feel free to read it here if you want. That's just your name giving us permission at this address, search the premise without a search warrant.
That's the what, 29th now?
So I'm gonna have, can you show me where the key is for these, and
Yeah.
then I'm gonna have him take you out, and they're gonna just open up these locks. And So there's not a key or anything that you use to open up these?
No, just pull it.
Okay. Just don't want her to leave. She, where'd she go?
Ma'am, just a second.
I just don't want her to leave.
Yeah.
Yes.
You just want you to hang out here for 1 second.
Take, hang on.